Well, have you ever really thought about how your food makes it from the farm to your table? Warmer temperatures and more extreme storms are adding to the list of challenges for our farmers. And now one North Carolina organization is helping farmers keep food growing.
Queen City News meteorologist and climate specialist Elisa Rafa takes us to a farm where innovation is quite literally in the DNA of their vegetables.
These are Primark, and they are the gift that keeps giving.
Wild Hope Farm is fruitful, to say the least.
And they produce fruit on their first year. So it has been pretty incredible.
The ready-to-eat Primark berries
Just make sure they're good.
are just a drop in the bucket.
Peppers, eggplant, tomatoes, more tomatoes, and watermelon.
In fact, there's so much to see.
All right, y'all wanna get in?
We hitched a ride.
So this is about a quarter acre of blueberries, okra, that was summer squash and cucumbers, the first succession, some cantaloupe, and then more summer squash and cucumbers and more melons.
On more than 12 acres here at Wild Hope Farms, they're growing more than 50 different types of produce. I mean, just take a look at the scope of these fields, everything from squash to berries, cantaloupe, and even prickly pears. But what's even more unique than their variety in produce is their focus on community and climate resilience.
Catherine Belk, more appropriately nicknamed Peanut,
Kind of what I've been called since I was really little, and now that I'm farming, I don't need a professional name.
is the operations manager at the farm in Chester, South Carolina since 2017. Powered by the sun with more than 35 kilowatts of solar power.
So we're growing in a way that I would kind of call beyond organic. We're using regenerative farming practices.
Wild Hope is not only organic, but also hopes to be net zero in a few years. The U.S. Department of Agriculture defines regenerative farming as a sustainable way to work with the land.
A lot of compost, natural fertilizers, mulch, and things like that. And so that is also beneficial to the ground.
Promoting environmental stewardship and enhancing the quality of our food. No-till practices, diverse and covered crops all keep roots protected and carbon from escaping from the ground. Switching out produce.
So you just want to make sure with all of your crops that you're rotating out of different crop families.
And covering up soil.
We have a lush cover crop of rye and clover planted.
Keep carbon sequestered. The soil also stays healthy, nutrient-rich, and ready for the next round of veggies. So when it rains or even pours,
So that water is absorbed and it doesn't just run away. So we retain our topsoil, which is the most nutrient-dense part of the land.
the land can still be fruitful from the bottom up. On the flip side,
Just allows us to be growing through the winter and then to have like higher quality products.
these high tunnels
Get around like 5 degrees of protection in here.
can protect the crops from the top down.
If we didn't have this covered space, we'd have to be growing out in the field, and it's just much more susceptible to frost, to pest disease.
Some resistance to heat, pests, and disease.
You can see this one here, and then you can see another one here.
Can also come from inside the crop's DNA.
It's meant to be here. You know, a Seminole is like a tropical pumpkin, so it has some of that heat tolerance and can just grow a lot easier here in this climate.
Taylor Holenbeck is the Grower Services Coordinator at Happy Dirt, an organic produce distributor based in Durham, North Carolina.
We want to see like as much food coming from the Southeast as possible and then staying here. So we're not relying on shipping food across the country or even across the world.
Owned by 16 farmers, Happy Dirt helps growers distribute, market, and package their produce. The organization also connects farmers with innovators from across the country.
He crossed a Seminole pumpkin and a Walton butternut, which is a very common butternut.
Commonwealth seed grower Edmund Frost bred the South Anna squash in Virginia in 2011.
With that, got this really cool variety that, with the goal of it being disease resistant, so it has really good disease package. It has a really high Brix reading, which means like a lot of sugar content, and it has, it's very prolific, like pretty high yielding squash.
Through this open source seed initiative, these growers vow to spread the wealth.
And it's just since he bred it in Virginia, it's well adapted to the Southeast.
Wild Hope is a part of a small trial for the new squash.
This farm's been really instrumental in sharing research and sharing different knowledge around how to do it.
The team was expecting to bring in about 3,500 pounds of South Anna squash from the South Carolina farm. With some lower yields from this round, they're hoping to plant more next year. This is just the first step to bringing resilience and food security onto the dinner table.
Like breeding resistance for disease and breeding adaptability into our food system.
The goal for these farmers is not just to alleviate the problems in our food system, but to be trailblazers in the solution.
We want to keep pushing that envelope, and with climate change happening, we really want to see how farms can be instrumental with helping either slow that process or just not adding to it more and more.
In the last year, the EPA found agriculture is responsible for 10% of our greenhouse gas emissions nationwide. But when you zero in on methane, the most potent heat trapper, farming practices are responsible for 36% of those emissions. In North Carolina, that number jumps to nearly half. That's why innovation from farmers like Peanut is key, not just for the reliability of our dinner plates.
If you invest in your soil, it's going to be here for years to come, and you're more self-sufficient and self-reliable.
But also the health of our ecosystems and their stewards.
Farmers are some of the most resilient and adaptable people. We all have a stake in this game. It's not just the farmers that are at potential of losing their livelihood or their land. It's all of us.
In Chester, South Carolina, meteorologist Elisa Raffa, Queen City News.